Welcome yet again to this episode of Education Plus Plus. On this podcast, we explore exciting opportunities that higher education offers. I would like to encourage you all to subscribe so you get an alert every time we have a new content. So today I am happy to introduce to you a new destination, Georgia. This is where I live and currently work. So I'm speaking from the heart and from a very well comfortable position that I'm sharing with you. I've been in Georgia for the last 4 years, and my story is one that I would like to share with you all. If you find it captivating, inspiring, or worthy experiencing, consider reaching out to me and we talk about your opportunity to study in this country. I am your host, Dr. Fred Kasiri, and let us together navigate this destination in order to open up discussions that may lead to some of you, trying out this interesting study destination. So why is it that I talk about Georgia? There is many destinations across the world, but why is Georgia captivating? Why Georgia now? And why should we talk about Georgia anyway? Let's look at the numbers first. According to the latest data from UNESCO Institute of Statistics, Georgia has seen a remarkable increase in international student enrollment over the past few years. In 2020 alone, the country welcomed over 6,000 international students, a number that has been steadily increasing over the years. This growth reflects not only the appeal of Georgia's education system but also the increasing global recognition of its universities, their impact, and of course, the influence. The higher education system in this country is very vibrant and it is known for its high standards as well as diverse programs. This country, though small in terms of population, boasts over 60 universities. Now, 60 universities for a population of 5 million is quite something. These are specialized universities and they are public and private in nature. These universities offer many courses in the English language. Of course, this makes it very welcome to learners from various countries. For instance, in Africa, there is an increase in number of students from Nigeria, an increase in number of students from South Africa, Ghana, Gambia, South Sudan, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Namibia, Kenya, and most recently Uganda. But away from those numbers, we can also talk about the cost effectiveness of studying in this country. Now, according to recent surveys, the cost of living in Georgia is approximately 40% lower than in Western Europe. Now, that is about the cost of living. I simply mean if you have to get a studio for your accommodation, you might be thinking about $250 to $300 at the lower end. And of course, if you are able to, you can find an apartment even as high as $1,000. Well, let's look at the tuition. Now, tuition in these universities is largely affordable if you compare with other markets across the globe, with a minimum or average annual fees ranging from $4,000 to $10,000 for international students. Now, this means you can receive a high quality education without necessarily breaking the bank or running really broke. Now, the country is also strategically located. Given its location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, it makes it an ideal hub for both students and visitors interested in exploring diverse cultures and languages. It is renowned for its hospitality, rich history, and stunning landscapes, for the majestic Caucasian mountains and beautiful Black Sea coast. So, if this is something that speaks to you, think about this destination. So many questions arise after studies. What next? Education is expected to empower you. I do not route for individuals using a double-barreled method of work, looking out for education abroad and then seeking employment abroad as well. However, if this feels like you and you have the necessary documentation, Georgia would be a good place to stay. So it's a decision that is entirely in your hands post learning. Away from that, I would want to navigate a little bit about the challenges that you might face on your way. These largely speak to immigration procedures, considering that there is a few embassies across the world, and yet most of the times interviews are at the different embassies. You might have to incur a cost if you do not have an embassy within your country. But then also, there is a very tight immigration law in the country, and you should be very, very cognizant of the times that your residence permit lasts so that you do not fall outside the bracket. But that said, as we look ahead, I want to highlight that the new semester will be opening in September this year. Among the exciting courses to look out for are medicine, informatics, architecture, economics, Bachelor of Business Administration, an assortment of PhD programs, largely in management and economics, but also double degree programs in partnership with US and European countries that have significantly been very, very highly on demand. Now, these are largely in hospitality, business, digital logistics, and to mention but a few. So, it is crucial to start your application process early to avoid delays and pressures. Normally, I advise that you begin your application process 4, 5, 6 months ahead, especially concerning visa issuance. There are a few embassies, like I earlier on stated, where you can travel to obtain your visa from Georgia, and starting early will give you a lot of time to navigate any potential challenges that may arise. But as we wrap up today's discussion, I encourage anyone interested in studying abroad, specifically in Georgia, to reach out to me for specific information. You can find the details in the link provided in the comment section below. Also, keep an eye for our upcoming info days organized on various Saturdays, where we'll hold deeper Q&A sessions to address all inquiries that help you plan your educational journey. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe to Education Plus Plus. But for more insights and tips on navigating your education journey, find me useful. And of course, if you have subscribed, you'll receive regular alerts when we upload new content. Thank you for tuning in to Education Plus Plus. I'm Dr. Fred Kasire, and I look forward to seeing you in Georgia, where education meets adventure. And until next time, stay curious, keep exploring. Thank you for being here with us. Goodbye.